It was a peaceful Saturday morning at the cabin. The sun glinted off the dew on the grass, and I was preparing to tend to my yard when the tranquility shattered. I heard the roar of an engine, the crunch of tires on soft earth, and the unmistakable screech of metal scraping stone. I ran outside to see Karen's teenage son careening across my lawn in a car that clearly didn't belong there, leaving deep tire tracks and upturned flower beds in his wake. My yard, meticulously maintained over weeks, was being transformed into a disaster zone. "Hey, stop!" I shouted, sprinting toward him. The teen skidded to a halt, then waved dismissively. "Relax, it's fine." Mom said. "Mom said nothing," I yelled. "You are wrecking my property." Karen appeared behind him, arms flailing and phone in hand. "He's enforcing HOA rules. You're violating regulations," she screamed. "I'm calling the police." Lisa appeared calmly beside me, exuding the sort of calm authority that made Karen hesitate for just a moment. "Karen," she said evenly, "your son is committing vandalism and trespassing. HOA rules do not give him authority over private property. Step back before this escalates further." Karen's face turned red, but she was already dialing. Her son seemed to realize the severity of the situation too late and tried to flee, but the damage was done. The local sheriff had already been alerted, thanks to a quick call from Lisa. Within minutes, sirens pierced the morning calm. Officers arrived, assessing the scene. Karen yelling, her son trying to act nonchalant, and Lisa and I standing calmly amidst the chaos. One officer approached the teen. "Sir, you are on private property without permission and causing damage. Step out of the vehicle." The teen hesitated, but the officer repeated the order firmly. When he continued to resist, the officers took action, and to everyone's shock, they impounded his car on the spot. Karen gasped. "You can't." He was just... The officer shook his head. "Vandalism and trespassing are crimes. HOA rules do not authorize this. And now the vehicle he was using to commit the offense will be held until the matter is resolved." The teen's face fell. The smug confidence he had carried moments earlier evaporated instantly, replaced by fear and disbelief. Karen stood frozen, muttering about the board and regulations that clearly did not protect her son. Lisa turned to me with a faint smile. "Some people mistake volume and entitlement for authority. Reality has a way of correcting those assumptions, sometimes very quickly." I exhaled, surveying the damage to my yard. Thankfully, the flower beds were reparable, and the tire tracks could be mitigated with a little work. More importantly, the lesson had been learned. Overreach and misused privilege come with consequences. By afternoon, the cabin returned to its usual peace. Karen and her son had retreated, the car had been impounded, and the yard, though scarred, stood as a reminder that property, preparation, and calm authority always triumph over entitlement and theatrics. As I began repairing the yard, I reflected on the day's events. Karen's son had tried to assert control and avoid responsibility, but the law, combined with preparation and calm authority, ensured he paid the price. Some people think HOA rules grant them power beyond reason, but reality always prevails.